Hey, what's going on, world? It's GodMix.net. We're here live. We're tuning into the Mix Report. And on the report today, we got Philadelphia's finest right now. We got the top D tackle in Philly, in my opinion, and we got the top QB in Philly. It's not based on rankings and all that other stuff. It's based on just what I see from the duration of the season, how you guys all work together and strive to be the best, man. Let's go into that, man. Talk a little bit about last season. We'll start with the with Richard, then we'll go on with the QB. What's your most memorable moment about last season? What do you like best about last season? What stands out to you? First of all, I'm sorry.
Uh,
Introduce yourself, who you are, what position you play, and what school you go to, and then go into that.
Richard James. Everybody calls me Wink. I go to St. Joe's Prep and I play defensive tackle.
Samaj
Um,
Jones. Oh, you want to go?
Oh no, go ahead. Swine. Let them know who you are, sir.
Samaj Jones, quarterback, St. Joe's Prep, class of 2024.
Yes, sir. Yes. Okay, we're talking about memorable moments last season. Richard, what stands out to you?
most memorable moment last season was we lost to our rivals the first time, LaSalle, and we turned around next game and beat them like 35-7, and that whole game was just super fun. Running around with the guys, and I really liked how that whole week of practice we were working so hard. We were getting pushed by our coaches, and we came out there. We did what we were supposed to do. That moment in the locker room, dancing with all the guys, was probably the funnest I've ever had in football.
Oh wow, wow, man. Mr. Jones, what about you, man? What stands out? Biggest moment last season. What stands out to you? What game was it, and why?
It was our semifinal game versus Garnet Valley, and probably was my best game over the season. I had 6 total touchdowns. I just felt like I was on the top of the world. Felt like we were unstoppable after that game.
Man, that is awesome, man. Man, talk a little bit about man playing the QB position. What is um um how important is off season to you? What are some things you do in the off season to get better at the QB spot, as well as both of you? I'm pretty sure y'all are captains or leaders of your team. What and give your opinion on what leadership is.
Um, on off season, it's probably 2, maybe 3 weeks off. Then we back to work in the weight room. Meeting with coaches, just going over assignments, plays, getting ready for the 7-on-7 season, which will carry on for the regular season. But it's always consistency and growth.
Man, when you Richard, what you got, man?
Uh, for the D line specifically, one of our coaches works in the building, so it's really in my school building, so it's really easy to get with him and work with D line stuff. For me, the off season started 2 days after state championship. I felt like I wasn't in the best position to make plays for my team, so I had to get right back in the weight room.
Wow, wow. Who do you pattern your game after, Richard? Who would you say somebody you get a chance to watch on TV and you say, you know what, man, I try to mimic this on. I like what they do and why.
I would say, uh, well, I would say most people would say Aaron Donald. I feel as though as the, not average size D lineman with the 6'4", 290, and that build, I feel as though that with my strength and speed that I play most like Aaron Donald.
Okay, what you got, Mr. Jones? Who you got? Who do you pattern your game after and why?
Really, honestly, just like to play like myself. But my
Okay.
favorite player is Jalen Hurts, and it's mainly because like over the season and over like the trials that I see he goes through, it's a lot of stuff that I go through too. With people saying he's not a quarterback, people say I'm not a quarterback, and then he's stepping in a big role with a lot of pressure. It's the same thing for me, he's stepping into a big role, a lot of pressure as a young guy, and it's all eyes on me. It's always all eyes on him. So I feel like I kind of understand the situation he's in, so I can relate to him as much as possible.
When you got people out there, what are some of your hobbies? What do you like to do in your spare time? And what's your favorite TV show or movie? And what's your favorite food?
Uh, my spare time, if I'm not working, not doing nothing in school, I'm either watching film or listening to music. Like that's what I was doing right now. Just looking at old film. But my favorite food would definitely steak.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
who's your favorite artist since you guys listening to music? What's in your headset on game day? What's going through the headset on game day to get you ready for the game?
It gotta be NBA young boy. Give me that demon mentality. Yeah.
Okay, Richard, what you got, man? What's your favorite food, and what do you do in your spare time, and what are you listening to prep you for a game?
My favorite food would have to be, cheeseburgers. I get 2, 3 cheeseburgers and knock those things down. In my spare time, if usually I'm either working out in the gym or doing something for school, but if that's not the case, and I'm trying to get mods to hop on Fortnite and play the game with me, uh, my favorite artist would have to be NBA YoungBoy. That's what's going through my head during on game day.
Okay, okay. Uh, if I'm an out of towner, never been to Philly, where's a must go to eating spot that I have to go try out?
Max's. It's not even close. You need to
uh,
get a cheesesteak from Max's.
I disagree. Now, if you're gonna come to Philly and you get a cheesesteak, you gotta go somewhere local. Like you gotta go down to like a store nobody know about, like just a regular corner store. That's where it's at. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Uh, y'all have a teammate, young man, Keenan Nelson Jr. Keenan Nelson Jr. came down to the SP Elite National Camp last season, and you don't know how they have different states have hotbeds with a bunch of talent, whether it be California, Texas, Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, um, just different parts of the state, different states, and they have skill positions. But Keenan Nelson Jr. from Philly came down to the SP Elite National Camp and walked away as the best corner. He was last man standing, best corner at the camp. And put on a clinic. On behalf of myself, I get a chance to send out a few invites here and there. And part of this interview, we want to offer you a special invitation, Mr. James, Mr. Jones. Both of y'all have been invited. If y'all can make it January 29th, man, hey, y'all can put Philly on your back, man. We get a chance to do a little bit of 7-on-7. We do some one-on-ones, and then we do a little bit of testing, man. It's just a whole fun environment, man. If y'all are interested in being a part of it, come checking out the SP Elite National Camp in Louisiana. Y'all both have a special invitation from the SP Elite National Camp staff, man, and represent the
Thank you.
city, man. East Coast, do you feel like y'all get slept on out there, or what's your take on that? As far as being a national, because I get a chance to see y'all play on a national scale. Y'all play teams from all over. Talk a little bit about that. Do you feel like you're the underdog? Um, what's the mindset there?
I feel like when people think of high school football, they think Texas and California, Florida, schools with the big campuses and the nice facilities and the 4 or 5 star players across the board. But I
Hmm.
think on the East Coast, Pennsylvania specifically, we got a lot of dogs up here. We got it's a lot of overlooked talent,
Hmm.
and most players, up here is just pure the dog in them, the fight.
Hmm.
Down 20 points by half, we're not gonna go in the locker room crying or none of that. We're gonna come out and we're gonna make you earn that win.
Wow, wow. Is that would you say it's the same mindset, Mr. Jones? Is that the mindset of an underdog, or y'all just because that's what I noticed when Keenan came. Keenan didn't come to the camp as if he's 5 star this or 4 star that. He came in kind of under the radar, low key actually, and then he just his performance was just undeniable. Is that the mindset, Mr. Jones? Would you say Uh, is that come from the culture from the school, or is that where does that come from? Like
I think
why?
it's just like a Philly thing. That's really what I think it is.
Okay, y'all just kind of sneak up on folks and surprise some people because I know y'all play a national schedule. Did y'all play IMG? Did y'all name some teams that y'all played around the country?
We've played IMG, Marietta. We played St. John in DC. Then we played DeMatha for a scrimmage. We scrimmage DeMatha every year.
Okay.
Those guys
That was
always
that.
come around and bring it.
It's in Maryland, right? Is
Yes,
that it?
DeMatha. Yeah.
Okay.
We've also played St. Francis and a couple of other schools. This year, our coaching staff is trying to put together a real tough schedule because all our sophomores, class of 2024, class of 2023, are moving up, and we're going to be a real heavy, like, senior-led, junior, 3-year junior-led team. Instead of last year, we were all pretty young. Most of our team was 1 or 2 year players.
Man, last but not least, who are some of y'all mentors? Who do y'all look up to?
Me personally, I look up to my uncle. My uncle went through this whole football process, and he unfortunately fell short. But I've never seen somebody work as hard as him and put as many hours in the gym. He pushes me, and also my whole entire coaching staff. The love from those guys is ridiculous.
Man, that's awesome. It's always good to hear. What about you, Mr. Jones? Who are some of your mentors, role models?
Our QB coach, Ben Hare, uh, you know, regardless of all the football stuff, I can always like call him, talk to him, and he
Mhm.
always looks out and makes sure that, I'm always doing good, regardless if it's football or not. He understands a lot of stuff about me and situations that I'm in. So
Mhm.
it's always good to have somebody like that in your corner. He understands what it takes to be great because he's coached it, he's seen it, things like
Yes,
that.
sir. Hey, if y'all can state your name for the camera, the high school you attend, and let them know that you just got mixed.
My name is Richard James, D tackle at St. Joe's Prep, and I just got mixed. I'll be coming down there and show y'all what I'm about.
Man,
Samaj Jones, quarterback, St. Joe's Prep. I just got mixed, and be good to be down there, baby.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all have a good one.
You too.
You too.
Bye.